Welcome to Vlogtober. Let's get creative. Hello there, my lovelies. So it's taken me a while to get my A into G to get cracking on and to create my autumn wreath. It was some while ago now. I think I showed you I did a range. We went to the range, I beg your pardon, and I did a haul and showed you bits and bobs that I was going to make my autumn wreath with. And so finally, here we are. I'm sat there, as you can see, pondering, what shall I do? Because I always have an idea of the colours that I want to do when it comes to anything crafting, really. I have a rough idea of sort of where I want to put it, the colours I want to use, but I don't know how or what I'm going to do until it's time to do it. So I was sat there thinking, okay, just start, Lesleyanne, just start. So as you can see, I've got this little plastic wreath from the range, and I also picked up this really cute gonk autumnal ribbon, and it's the one that's got the wires on the edges, so it's just perfect to use for bow making and wreath making. So as you can see, I decided I'd just start to wind it around the wreath. I wasn't sure at this stage if I was going to wind it around, so it was really close to each other, or if I was going to put nice gaps in between each sort of fold. I really was just kind of winging it. But I decided that I would quite loosely wind it around the wreath. So I continued all the way around the wreath, and I think, well, I'm going to put some nice music on for you to listen to until I need to tell you the next bit. So once I'd gone all the way around the wreath, I just went back and just pulled apart some of the ribbon just to make it look as though it was really loose. And I'm really happy with that. And then because it's got the wire at the bottom, I managed to, at the sides rather, it's got the wire at the sides, I managed to sort of squeeze it over at the bottom. But I did end up going to get my glue gun, which I hadn't prepared to. I don't know why, because I just hadn't thought about it. I thought, I wonder if I can just wind everything around this time. But no, I needed the glue gun. So yeah, I will be getting that in a minute. And then these leaves, these artificial leaves, the fabric leaves, I got those from the range at the same time. And I'm just sort of pulling the leaf off of the great big long stem, which I will trim up in a minute. The beauty of being able to speed the camera up. If only I could work this quickly in real time. Yay, finally I've got the extension lead out, all ready for the glue gun. So I've just heated that up. And then I just start to lay the leaves onto the wreath just to see where I like them most. So I sort of, put one and then added another and did put the other one on in a slightly different place. So it's all trial and error, and you just have to have fun while you're making something. And if you don't like it, you can actually take it all off and start again. I really didn't want to do that though, but I'm really happy with kind of how it turned out. And it just takes a few minutes, and just make yourself a nice cuppa and relax and have fun creating whatever craft you're doing. Still lots of pondering going on. So I've made my decision. I just decided to go for it. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the first leaf here, and I add a few more to the same leaf, but sort of slightly off centre to that first leaf that I stuck down. I just take a few moments to just look at it, decide what I want to do with it. Does it look right? Shall I move anything? Or what I'm going to carry on with? You will actually see that I've added one of my old cork boards underneath the wreath. I don't know how. I just didn't do it. But I had nothing down to protect the table. I honestly, rule number one broken there, right there in front of your eyes. I broke the rule. Anyway, I've made it all good now, and I popped a cork table mat underneath to protect the table. As you can see here, I'm just adding a little pine cone. Now, these little pine cones that you'll see me using on this wreath, I've had for other projects, and in fact during the summer I used them in the garden, sort of stuck to tops of leaves and tops of sticks, but I've used them on the wreath this time. And taking the little rope bit off of the Hello Autumn sign and just sort of trialing it higher, lower, that way, I finally made my mind up and add a little bit of glue each side and just position it where I think it looks best. Just refilling up with another glue stick. So carry on embellishing the wreath. take the leaves that I've got left and position those where I think they're going to look really pretty. And then I take another fir cone and I'll just glue that into place. No, not that one. Yeah, let's have this one. Now I've got these little berries. There were, there's orange, like a red colour, and yellow, like a mustardy yellow colour, very sort of, you know, the autumnal colours that are on the leaves, really. And then I just decided to pull a couple off and just pop them onto the Hello Autumn sign, almost like a full stop. But I did just literally put a couple of those on, that was all. But it did brighten up just that little plaque. And then I'm thinking, okay, where am I going to put the rest of the berries? Yeah, it doesn't take long. And I think, yep, I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. So I just take the little bunches of berries and sort of mingle them, merge them in together so that the colours are all mixed in. And because they're on like a wire, I was able to sort of bend it in half and then slip it over the wreath. And I did add a little bit of glue, hot glue, just to keep it in place. So I put one here and then I put another one on the other side in a slightly different position. Pondering again, here I go again. Okay, what shall I do next? I knew I wanted to add some other pieces. Well, here you can see I'm sort of getting the little berries getting them ready to put on the other side, but I still wasn't happy. I needed to just add a little bit more. Right, berries on. I decided to add some of the little orange slices. I think I got these in the works. Now, I sometimes make my own, or I sometimes buy them and just sort of thread them onto some ribbon or jute and use them as decor in the house over sort of Christmas with some cinnamon sticks, that sort of thing. That's really effective. But I thought I'd add these to the wreath, and yeah, I'm happy that I did. I like them. And then I added the remaining fir cones that I had to the top of the wreath. I had some of them were in like the natural sort of colour, their natural browny colour. A couple of them I think had been sprayed gold and silver sort of over a period of time. But yeah, I'm just adding the remaining 3. I do have some more, but I just didn't want to, it didn't need any more than 3. So I'm just adding the remaining 3 to the top. So that done, I took some of the ribbon and made a bow out of it. I'm not going to put the bow at the top, I'm putting the bow at the bottom. And of course, the beauty of using this type of a ribbon with the wire on the sides, you can really open and bend the bows exactly where you want them to be. So I'm just taking another piece of ribbon now, the thinner type of ribbon, and I'm securing the bow in place. And then just added a bit of hot glue just to secure it. Opened up the bow, you know, just to sort of get it exactly, as I say, sort of where I wanted it to be. And again on the other side of the bow. And here you can see I just took another colour of the ribbon that complements the colours that I've used on the wreath, and I've just stuck it to the back of the wreath, and this is going to make, along with the ribbon that I used to secure the bow, oh, that was a mouthful, that is going to act like little tails of ribbon hanging down. A few more little accents going on here, so some more of the orange slices going on. And then I remembered I had a couple of little pomegranates, so I took those and stuck one of them on one side right at the top next to the pine cones, and then a smaller one with the little blossom, the little pomegranate blossom next to it on the other side of the pine cones. feeling really happy with what I've achieved. I take some more ribbon and get that ready to hang that on the door. So in a minute I'll be showing you what the wreath looks like on the table before I hang it the following day.